friends, I want to do my October TBR, and I am going to try and do maybe 2 readathons. I'm not sure, not completely sure, but I'm definitely going to be doing TBR Harvest, which is hosted by Leandra at the TBR Zero, and I'll link her below. I did this last year, and it was just a fun way to kind of pick the books that I'm going to read, or books that I have to choose from to read if I read as much as I would like. I've noticed that my reading continues to be about 5 books a month, which is lower for me than was previous, like last year. But honestly, I'm okay with that. And we'll just go with that. We'll just kind of, I'm going to tell you about more than 5 books, but if I read 5 books, I will consider it a great reading month. So TBR Harvest has a couple of different options for how to play. I'm going to do the game board, the Pumpkin Patch game board, which I'll put right here. Earlier in the day, I did some rolls with my die and show you what I rolled, and then I will come back and tell you which book I picked for that prompt. So the first roll was Treat Yourself, which is in the seasonal color. There's a little color code as well. And I know that means like treat yourself to something seasonal, which I will. I will treat myself when I'm reading this book. But I'm going to pick a book for this prompt because it's been on my TBR. It's been on my physical TBR for a number of years. It would help me reach one of my goals of reading Book of the Month books. And also, I just watched a video from Olivia Loves Latte. Is it Olivia Loves Latte? Olivia Reads Latte? I'll put it right here. And she was raving about this book. She didn't read it in that vlog, but she raved about it. So that is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Morena Garcia. I don't think I've ever read anything from this author, but I really want to. So we're gonna do this one. If I remember correctly, it's about 2 cousins. One gets married and goes and lives on a Mexican estate, maybe, and the remaining cousin gets a letter and needs to go help her cousin. And I haven't read, I'm trying not to read much more since it's a thriller horror, maybe, not sure, but anything Gothic I will read. All right, so for roll number 2, I got a hobby break for seasonal. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to read my book club book, which is, because book club is a hobby, reading's a hobby, right? I'm gonna read my book club book for Christette Books and Jams book club, and her book club book pick is The Borrowed Life of Frederick Fife, I think is what it's called, by Anna Johnston. I need to get that book from the library. Actually, I take that back. I think I did find it, the audiobook on Hoopla. So I will be listening to that one. All right, now for roll number 3. Is a seasonal read off my TBR. I am trying to read off my TBR completely for this whole month. We'll see how that goes, obviously, besides the book club book. So I'm gonna pick up another book that actually Olivia was talking about in that same video. And that is The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North. Again, a book of the month book, which will help me with my book of the month goal, which I'm very far behind on. I don't know if I'm going to get there, and that's okay. This is about a serial killer, and it's a thriller and maybe a little horror, and I think it was creeping Olivia out a little bit, and I kind of want a little of that. So we'll see. Now let's go on to roll number 4. So for roll number 4, I got LGBTQIA plus rep and seasonal. This may be a little bit of a stretch for seasonal, but I'm going to read After Parts, which is a short story collection by Anthony Vaisana. So it has orange spine on it. So that's how I'm going to get my seasonal for this. It's a short story collection. It's in California, and honestly, California looks like this in October, I'm sure. All right, so roll number 5. So for roll number 5, I got a BIPOC author, which is a person of color. So I'm going back to my book of the month shelf because I really just want to read some of those down. This is Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. This has been on my book of the month. I don't think I actually got this from book of the month. I think I got it from like a library sale maybe, or thrift find, but it's still a book of the month book. So I want to get it off my shelf. It's about, I think it's a, it's a historical fiction coming of age as a freeborn Black girl in Reconstruction era Brooklyn. Liberty Sampson is all too aware that her purposeful mother, a practicing physician, has a vision for her future, for their future together. Liberty is to go to medical school and practice alongside her, but she's drawn to music more than science. She feels stifled by her mother's choices and wants to pursue something else. And she is constantly reminded that, unlike her mother who can pass, Liberty has skin that is too dark. When a young man from Haiti proposes to Liberty and promises she will be his equal on the island, she accepts, only to discover that she is still subordinate to him and all men. So it'll follow her through that journey. And rule number 6. So I got read 51% of the book at night, which I will do. So for these, for TBR Harvest, I am going to try and read. I'm going to try and read these 3 book of the month books, and then a short story collection plus my book club book. The other readathon I may try and do, at least squeeze in one, is Hallotween, which is put on by Storm Reads. I'm not sure if she's got a co-host this year. And I just picked a couple off my shelves. We've got Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. I should say Hallotween is middle grade books. This is about an ominous warning that 11-year-old Ollie and her 2 friends, Coco and Brian, set out on a chilling adventure in the woods. They have a school trip to a nearby farm, and it becomes a frightening journey into the world behind the mist. To survive and not remain trapped there forever, Ollie and her friends need to be quick on their feet as they work to unravel a 100-year-old mystery, save their classmates, and beat the villainous, smiling man at his own game. That does sound a little creepy. And then Ghost Girl by Ali Malineko. This is actually a book that I got because of Leandra, and I'm going to read it for Storm's readathon. This is about Z Puckett. She loves ghost stories. She's never expected to be living one. She's seeing frightening things, large scary dogs that talk, and maybe even a ghost. She tells her classmates only her best friend believes her. Worse, mean girl Nellie gives Z a cruel nickname, Ghost Girl. But then everyone's most selfish wishes start coming true in creepy ways. And then they have to figure out what's going on. So I'm very interested in this. Ali Malineko wrote a book that I love, and right now it's off. Disappearing House. I do remember, because I really liked that book as well. If you want a spooky book, middle grade book for Hallotween, Ali Malineko is a great author to go to. So I'm trying to read those as well. I will also have a reading vlog coming in October where I'm going to be reading books on my quest to try to find like a 4 or 5 star, just try to turn around my reading. I'll link below the video that I talk about this and how my reading's going. And it's still not going great. Maybe some of these will be 5 star. This is highly recommended by Hannah Mae, who used to put out videos. She has kind of taken a break from doing that. And then as I said, these 2 were highly recommended by Olivia at Olivia Loves Latte, Reading Latte. So we'll see. We'll see what I come up with. And hopefully I will have some more 4 or 5 stars. I just want to enjoy the books and the reading experiences, which I have enjoyed. I've had 2 buddy reads this year, or this month in September, that have gotten me through 2 very long books on my TBR. So if you'd like to hear more about that and how the rest of my reading year goes, how my October reading goes too, consider subscribing. Definitely hit the like button, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you're doing any of the readathons, what you're planning to read in October, and I hope y'all are doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye.